What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to yet another video. Today we have a very loud video coming up, and that's because we're talking about cold starts on your catless BMW and whether or not you should keep it on or off during the winter and why. So if you're wearing headphones, I advise you to turn your volume down a little bit because things are going to get pretty rowdy here in a second. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I get this question a lot, whether you should turn your cold start on or off during the winter, because if you have a catless downpipe on your BMW, you know how obnoxious these cars can truly get when they're catless and you have a cold start on. Just listen to this. So firstly, I'm going to talk about what exactly is the cold start and what the point of it is across every single car out there. And second, I'm going to talk about why, when you have a catless BMW, you should turn your cold start on or off. So when your car does a cold start, think of it like this. You start a fire and then you're pouring more gas over the fire in order to make it spread faster. It's almost the exact same thing when it comes to a cold start. And that's because whenever your engine does a cold start, it's dumping a huge amount of fuel into your catalytic converter in order to increase efficiency. And notice how I said the fuel is going into the catalytic converter. That's going to be very important. One myth that you hear a lot regarding the cold start is that the whole entire point of it is to warm up the car faster, but that's not true at all, actually. You see, when your catalytic converter is warm, that means your car runs more efficiently. But whenever you don't have a catalytic converter, when you have a catless downpipe like me, there's nowhere to dump that fuel in the first place. Now I know I'm talking about all this, but how do you actually turn your cold start on and off? So if you're like a lot of other basic BMW owners, you have either MHD or boot mode installed on your car for your tune. And on your tune, there's an option called the cold start noise reduction, and that's where this really comes in handy. On my car right now, I currently have my cold start turned off, and I did that by enabling the cold start noise reduction on MHD. So listen to how it sounds. I think I really like the way it sounds. Now, in my opinion, my car sounds pretty good with the startup roar and no cold start, but listen to this X6M competition with the cold start on. Just listen to this. Now with that car right there, the cold start is rightfully on because it has catalytic converters and it makes sense to have the cold start on so those cats can heat up quicker and therefore the car can run more efficiently. But with my car, you gotta ask yourself, where is all that fuel going when you do a cold start? But then a lot of you might be saying, when you have your cold start off, how does the car warm up when it first starts in cold temperatures? And from personal experience, I can tell you that this car has had no issues starting up in -40 weather with the cold start off. So I've had zero issues with that, even after it's sitting 12 hours in the cold. And another benefit of having your cold start off on these cars is that you're not putting excessive strain on your engine the moment it starts up because your RPM is a lot lower than it otherwise would have been with your cold start on. But that's also not to say that if you have your cold start on and you're catless, you're not a dumb person. It all comes down to personal preference, because if you like waking up your neighbors in the morning, I don't blame you. I used to do the same thing as well. Oh my God! Oh, what the fuck? No! That's fucked! What the fuck? But I've kind of calmed down now and my car is getting pretty high mileage now, so I think it's better to keep the cold start off and try to extend my reliability as much as possible, considering the fact that I'm on a stage 2 tune and I want to make this car last as long as it can. And also, while we're here, if you guys could take 2 seconds to go click on that like button real quick, it would mean the absolute world to me. You guys don't even know how much a 1 like helps this channel out, so I can keep putting out content like this for you. So at the end of the day, does having your cold start on make the car warm up any faster when you're starting it in really cold temperatures? And the answer to that question is yes, but it only speeds it up by like 1 or 2 minutes compared to having your cold start off. So I don't really see much of a difference. But at the end of the day, like I said, it all comes down to personal preference, because if you're running the right type of oil for the weather that you're driving your car in, it shouldn't cause you any issues whatsoever. But when it gets to a point where your car has high mileage like mine, you just want to take every single precaution you possibly can to make sure that your engine lasts as long as possible. I'm currently running 0W30 oil from Liquimoly in this car, and if you have a B58 that's tuned as well, make sure that you're running a BMW oil that either has the Long Life 04 rating or the Long Life 01 Plus rating. Now, I know most of you that live in hotter climates, you guys usually run 5W30 in your B58s. That's exactly why I'm running OW30 right now, because Calgary winters, it gets ridiculously cold down to almost -40, -50, and you want to make sure that you have a thin enough oil that can actually start up and oil can circulate in those ridiculously cold temperatures. However, in the summer, I do switch to 5W30 because I beat on this car a lot more, and running a thicker oil really helps protect against more of that wear and tear. Anyways, guys, that brings us to the end of this video. I know it was a short one, but I really just wanted to get on here and clear up an issue that I get a lot of questions about regarding cold starts. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm really trying to grow on YouTube right now, just like I am on Instagram and TikTok. So it'd mean the world if you could subscribe to this channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.